how many times have you had the children write down a learning objective and they finish writing it and they go, excuse me, yeah, what does that word mean? Because we've not learnt it yet. If we're learning about parallelograms in maths or trapeziums or quadrilaterals or whatever it might be, they write it down and they have no idea what they're writing down.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of lost that use then. It's like what we're learning about today. I don't know how to say that word.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it because within 5 minutes of this lesson, we're going to be discovering what they are. And maybe it's like a child-led thing where actually part of the learning is them realizing what it is.
Yeah.
You don't want to spoil that by putting a learning objective. So my point here is that there are absolutely times where I can imagine writing a learning objective has a positive impact. Even writing success criteria down for the children might have a positive impact on them in that lesson. And as a teacher, you can decide that. And there'll be other times as a teacher, I absolutely would think to myself, this is a waste of 5 minutes at the start of the lesson because in that 5 minutes, we could be getting the shapes out, sorting them. The kids might naturally put the quadrilaterals into one pile and the triangles into another pile. And then from that, I say, well, why did you do that? And then we extrapolate, well, that's because it's got 4 sides. Interesting. So we have a name for that. And it starts with quad. Where have we used quad before?
No, sorry, Dylan. The policy says you need to do it this way around. So actually, you can't do that now. That's objectively better.
Yeah. That better pedagogy of being child-led and understanding it and going over the etymology of the word and learning it step by step. That's all completely pointless because it says on a form somewhere that you must start with a learning objective.
Do you know what that actually happened to me? Genuinely, like almost exactly that story. It was with success criteria. I got the kids to write the success criteria sort of midway through the lesson, maybe more towards the end. We drew it out together and we were like,
so you'd already done part of
I've done the
lesson.
teaching input.
Right.
And I was like, before we start this main task, what do we think we need to be successful then? Because our success criteria is blank. And genuinely, they were like, yeah, it was a nice idea, but, we give the success criteria at the start so that they can look through it and sort of tick it off as they're going kind of thing. I was like, okay, did you see what I did though?
Yeah.
Did you see how that wasn't relevant for this one?
Right.
And this was completely fine. And it's like, oh, whatever. Okay, fine.
At that point, it becomes almost pointless to try and talk it through. There has to be a moment as a teacher, and I get it when like us sitting here in this podcast and saying, well, this and that and this reason and that's obviously the selling objective. Even if we all collectively nod and agree, if you're in that environment where they won't care about your reasoning at all, and like you just said there, you explained why the success criteria being child-led halfway through the lesson was more beneficial from a pedagogical point of view than just giving it to them at the front when they had no idea what they were talking about. They hadn't done metaphors or similes or whatever it was at the first place, right? Even if at that point leadership that you're involved with are still not able to give you that leeway or understanding, then it does get to the point where you're just like, okay, easier life just to crack on and do what I need to do. Maybe I'll look at moving at some point in the future.